Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to take a look at a relatively quick video on the new Sig Sauer P320 XFive Legion. Now, you're going to forgive me for sounding like I'm reading off my notes, but this time I am, since the gun just came in and I'm leaving tomorrow morning for an overseas trip, so I don't have a lot of time to prepare, but I wanted to bring this out to you as soon as I could. This is going to be a first impressions video, and a shooting review will follow whenever I have time, sometime in the near future. But if you stick to the end of the video, you'll see additional photos and different angles video of the XFive Legion. Right off the bat, I'd like to thank my friends at Shoot Point Blank in Carmel, Indiana for making this video possible. So first, let's take a look at the case that it came with, and I'll move this to the side for a moment. It comes in a regular Sig case, nice big Legion gray case, and it comes with a lot of stuff. We're not going to go in detail through everything, but you get extra fiber optics rods. You do get, and we'll get through, we'll talk about this in more detail throughout the video as well, but it comes with 2 recoil springs, and it tells you about the recoil springs, the regular manual, some Legion swag that comes with it, and all the Sig stuff. And it does come with 2 recoil springs, and again we'll talk about that a little bit later. Some Legion stickers, trying to sell you more stuff, the birthing pouch, and it comes with in total 3 mags, so 17 round mags. So it comes with all this. So there you go. Let me get this box out of the way and bring the gun back into the picture. So this is the new XFive Legion. It is 8.5 inches long, 5.8 inches tall. It is 1.6 inches wide, and it has a 5-inch barrel, and it is a bull barrel. Now this is one heavy gun, which is interesting because it is polymer with steel, but we'll talk about this in a bit. So like I said, it's heavy. It's at 43.5 ounces, and that is with the magwell and with a grip weight that is inside of the magwell. Now this gun has been safety checked prior to the start of the video, but I wanted to show you anyway. So the frame, it only comes so far, and I think it will only come in Legion gray. In both, like I said, the frame and the finish are stainless steel, and the barrel is carbon steel. It comes with 3 17 round mags. They're very nice, very well made. They're anodized aluminum, and in the base plate, let me see if this will cooperate with me. There we go. Has the Legion logo on the base plate, and these were commissioned by Sig to the Henning Group. And the mags work well with or without the magwell installed. Now the one thing to notice is when you see the mag all the way in, it is completely flush in the back of the inside of the magwell. So nothing protrudes, nothing comes out here. So if you were, this is one thing I didn't like, if you needed to strip the mag or clear a malfunction for the mag, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get a hold of the mag. So back in 2017, Sig released the XFive, the original XFive, and by all counts, it was a pretty nice gun. Everybody seemed to like it, and the reviews were pretty good on the XFive. It's also, just like this, very big gun and a soft shooting gun. Now, according to Sig and what they tell us, the XFive Legion is supposed to have reduced recoil in comparison to the XFive, regular XFive, by about 50% reduction in recoil. The XFive Legion has been released with many upgrades in comparison to the X5, regular X5. And it is meant, the way I see it, it's meant to be a direct competitor to the Q5 Match, but it does it at a reduced cost from the Q5 Match, coming in, and not just the regular Q5 Match, the steel frame Q5 Match, but this one comes in at an MSRP of $899. So let's call it $900. So here you have the new Q5, not the new Q5, but the X5, and you've seen this before in the channel, and this has been safety checked, of course, but this is the Q5 Match. So here you have a look at both of them. Now, if you don't count the beaver tail, it's actually a little smaller than the Q5 Match. It is taller if you go slide to slide. So this gives you an idea, comparing it to the Q5 Match. And the other gun I wanted to compare it to is my beloved Shadow 2. Again, this gun, as you can see, is clear. So here's the Shadow 2 against the X5. And these are almost, head on. Sorry, trying to do this around a tripod. So Shadow 2 on the left, of course. It is much thinner but here you can see it. So to give you a size comparison, now the Shadow 2 feels heavier, but not by much. Also, to me, this is the X5 is a pretty futuristic gun. It looks pretty futuristic as well. Now, what Sig is making a lot of noise about is that their grip module has been patented because the plastic, the polymer itself, has been infused with tungsten. So it gives it a lot of weight. So you have steel together with polymer infused with tungsten. So it's supposed to give it the weight of all steel, but with the flexibility of polymer. So Sig calls it a game changer, and I guess the jury's still out whether that is the case or not. Now, you can tell right off the bat the fit to frame, of the frame to slide is very, very well done. The tolerances, let's see if I can get the camera to work here, the tolerances are very tight, and there's very little, if any, movement. There's a little bit of movement there, but that's about it, if you can see that. But the way it slides on the rails is very smooth. It was very well done. As you can see in the bottom, it has a very, very large mag well, which is obviously meant for competition. And inside the mag well, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it, it has a removable weight. So both the weight and the mag well are removable. So if you were to shoot it in some competition or some circuits where they don't allow magwells, or in a division where you cannot use a magwell, you can remove it, and you can also remove the weight that is inside of there to change the balance and feel of the pistol. The grip texture of the gun is very good, very comfortable, not too abrasive whatsoever. You've got some in the front, focusing the camera, so you got some in the front there, on the sides of course, in the back. There's no difference in the texture as you walk around the grip of the pistol. It's the same. So it makes it comfortable. If it gives you any idea as far as size of the gun, I have medium-sized hands, and I got plenty of real estate. Does it feel too big? No, but it is definitely on the bigger, chunkier side. It has a deep undercut under the trigger guard, and the mag release is not as large as you would see it. You see the mag release on the Shadow 2 compared to the X5. So it's much smaller, but it does the job, is very responsive. So it works. The mags just fly out of there. It works perfectly fine. It's got a deep undercut under the trigger guard. It's got a couple of serrations in the front, and it's got your mandatory rail to hang whatever toys you like off the front. I was talking about the mag release. It is, you can switch it to the other side. It's not ambi right off the box, but you can flip it around and put it on the left side if needed. The controls are very typical Sig. That's one issue that and it's just my grip and the way the controls are with Sigs. The way my thumbs are, if I do the thumbs forward, it falls right on the controls, especially back here. The one thing I also noticed is the amount of space. I'm not sure if I can capture it on film, but the amount of space that there is between the slide release control and the frame of the gun, that space right here. I don't know why they have to stick so much away from the frame. I'm trying to see if I can capture that. But that's one thing I wish, that these were closer together to the frame of the gun and not sticking out so much. It does have a skeletonized flat trigger from Sig Sauer, and Sig claims that this trigger is 25% lighter than the original X5. It is designed to break at 90 degrees. There's a little bit of take up right there. You hit the wall, not quite 90 degrees, and then a little bit of travel and a very crisp break. And then the reset, I'm sorry, little bit of travel, a little bit more there. Feels very good. It's got a little bit more travel on a race gun that I would like, but it's right there. Very smooth. There's no grit on it whatsoever. Very nice. Being an P320 series, the trigger module, everything is modular. So you can see through here the serial numbers on the chassis inside of the grip module. So this is removable, and you can take the whole grip module, the whole trigger module out, and it will fit into any 320 series. On top of the slide, you see the lightning cuts. It's got 3 of them to reduce weight on the slide, because it is a big, heavy slide. The front sight is a Dawson Precision fiber optic sight, and the rear sight is serrated, U-notch serrated sight. Trying to see if I can give you the sight picture. It's a very nice sight picture. I like the way that looks quite a bit. And the gun comes ready for any optic that is compatible with the Sig X5, and it was made for the upcoming Sig Romeo 1 Pro, but also it accepts the Delta Point Pro optic. And any accessory plate that is made for the Delta Point will fit here, and then you can mount pretty much any optic that you want. It's got a very nice extended beaver tail, as you see here. The one disadvantage, again, the same thing as the X carry and the new P365 XL, with a Sig, once you remove this optic plate, you lose your rear sight, and in this case, like it is wind adjustable on the standard sight. So, as I've mentioned before, this is a brand new pistol. It has not been shot yet, but the reports that I've seen so far from other reviewers is that it is a very, very accurate gun and a soft shooter. Some of the charts or videos that Sig has put out, it shows the muzzle flip on the gun to be about an inch less recoil than the X5, the original X5. So for disassembly of the gun, you're going to lock it back, and I'm going to do this behind a tripod, so forgive me for that. And first time I do this with this pistol, but it just slides right out. And inside, you're still going to see all the birthing fluids in the gun, but inside is regular 320 all the way around. So this is the whole chassis that can come out, and you can pop it inside of any 320. Now, this is the slide. Now this is as heavy as it is inside, and I'm debating whether I should even attempt to do this on camera, especially because I do these in one take only. But here's the guide rod and the spring, the recoil spring. Now it comes with a 14-pound recoil spring attached in the gun when you buy it, and then they include the red one, which is the 12-pound recoil spring, so you can adjust it. You can tune up your gun really well between the springs. You can change the weight you can remove in the magwell and the removal of the magwell itself, so you can pretty much tune the gun you wanted. And Sig says that these are regular 1911 recoil springs, so you can also change that. Here's your bull barrel. So this is the 5-inch bull barrel, and again still has all the birthing fluids. It's got a feed ramp, is not very polished, but it's there. And here's a look at the inside of the X5. Now I'm leaving fingerprints because of the birthing fluid all over the gun, so put this back in. Now this is where this gets a little tricky, because it's got to go all the way through. And it worked. Put the slide back in, lock it, close it, check for function. There it goes. So that's the inside of the new Legion X5. I should have shown you before I put the slide back together, but as far as removing the optics plate, once you remove the slide from the underneath, you'll see 2 screws. So just like the X carry, you remove those screws and the plate comes right off. Giving you a couple more looks. So again, this is a big, heavy gun. I think it would take several rolls very well. I can't wait to go out and shoot it, but obviously target shooting, competition, self-defense. I think in order, not to state the obvious, and some people say that I have a keen sense for the obvious, but I can't see concealed carrying this gun, but I'm sure somebody could pull it off if you have the sights and the body weight to do this. So as far as reliability is concerned, who knows, time will tell especially with quality control issues the Sig has been facing lately. I hope this doesn't fall into the same issues that they have had with other guns like the P365 and such, the 320 with the drop safe issues. So time will tell on this gun. So that's it. I wanted to give you a quick look at the new XFive Legion. And again, forgive me for reading off my notes and stopping, but I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. And once again, in a one take only video. So just giving you a quick look again between the X5 and the Shadow. And the X5 and the Q5 Match. So here we go. New XFive Legion by Sig Sauer. Looks like a really good gun. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you like videos like this, please consider clicking the like and the subscribe buttons. And until the next time, God bless.